Hey, how y'all doing? This is Blog 21, and my name is Sanford, and I'm glad you're here today. Today, I just mentioned I'm going to mention a few of the things I'm trying to do with my table saw. It's an old powerhouse saw. I'll talk a little bit about writing books, a little bit of stuff that I use, and Google Docs is where I do all my writing, and so if you stay on, you'll listen to a little bit of that. And then a little bit of reference titles or books that you can get to help you along with your YouTube channel or whatever hobby it is that you're into. So stay tuned. Hey, how y'all doing? This is Sanford from Blog 21. Hey, normally I try to, when I do these videos, I mean, it don't seem like it sometimes, but I do try to make some notes about things I want to try to cover or talk about or bore you with or whatever. But today I didn't do that. Just kind of another spare in a moment type video, and sometimes they come out better than actually when I try planning something out. But if you notice, those of you that has watched videos in previous where it was under Santa Donna 21, we changed the Blog 21 because I had a couple of people ask me why. Well, one, is easier to remember, but two, that's pretty much what we do. We yes, Donna posts some crafts and how she does it and this and that every once in a while on this channel, but she always posts it, or most of the time, a lot of times on her channel, which is Enchanting Mist. There's a Facebook and a YouTube, and but anyway, we still do some videos time to time together. But I'm kind of enjoying, being out here in my shop or cooking ribs like I did the other day, that type of deal. And so we will still get together and all, but the Blog 21 deal, the blog is, because that's what this is, it's more like a video blog, but I don't like vlog or video blog, whatever. And the 21, me and Donna's been using that for 12 years now, because that is the anniversary date of our wedding. And so our kind of first email together was saying Donna 21. And so the 21 just kind of stuck, and that's kind of like it. Besides that, I like playing 21 every once in a while too. But anyway, that's beside the point. But anyway, I'm out here in my wood shop again, and I ain't got really no projects going. Been busy, and took mom back to the city yesterday. Yesterday to get another injection in her back. And today she has some personal stuff she had to take care of, but we got it. Didn't go so well, but hey, we tried. Donna's in there. She's piddling on a craft, I think, but I think it's for the granddaughter or something. I don't know if she's gonna make a video of it or not. But you can keep an eye out, like I said, enchantingmist.com. So I'm just going to run through a few little things that I want to talk about. Try not to bore you too long. I appreciate the few subscribers that we have. We don't have a lot. I'm hoping it gets better. Would I like to make a little money off this channel? Sure. But right now, it keeps me busy, keeps me occupied with these editing and trying to play with my editing software, things like that. Keep my mind going as far as off of not being able to work and this and that, to doing something at least somewhat creative, or whatever word you want to use. So there's a couple of little things I want to talk to you about. I want to blog you about today. Is this right here? I got two. Everybody notices this cover. It's a Dummies book, and it's YouTube channels for dummies. And I got it off of Amazon, where most people get their books. I think it was like 12, 13 bucks. I'm not real sure. And then I also have one that's filmmaking for dummies. And yes, you can find a lot of that information on the internet for free and things like that. But sometimes, even though you're watching videos on YouTube or whatever, how to do something or whatever, sometimes it's good to go and flip through a book, you know, and kind of get an idea of what they're actually talking about. So that is that. But it is very good and very helpful. If anybody's ever read any of the For Dummy books, it's not what it sounds like. They're not, you know, not putting you down. They're not using little, you know, it's actually just written out perfectly. It's got little reminders, got notes, got places you can put notes, everything. So I enjoy them. I've got that one. I think I got one for writing and one for novel writing or something. And I'm not a reader. I can read 2 or 3 pages of that at a time. That's it. I'm just not a reader. I get bored real easy, whatever the situation may be. I've explained that to you before when we was talking about writing, and you know, not that I can ever remember ever reading a full entire book. I don't really remember ever reading a half a book, even through school. So my idea of a book report when I was in school was read the first page, read the last page, and fill in the rest with your imagination. And that was my idea of a book report. So, hey, you know, go figure. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But so anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there for you. So you might, you know, if you never thought about it, or maybe you're having issues with YouTube channel, or you want to get into filmmaking or whatever, check them out. You know, I think you'll get some use out of it. What else are we going to talk about today? I haven't got a whole lot of wood here in my wood shop. I wish I did. I'd like to have some more black walnut. I'd like to have some oak, some more pine, things like that. Small boards, large boards, whatever. I'd like to get some more of that. I'm starting to run out, even though I haven't done a lot. I'm planning on, I've been watching some YouTube videos and stuff on my table saw. You can see it right back here. It's big. It's a old table saw, but it's a powerhouse, and it's 220. It's yeah, it you know, it works great. The only deal is now the fence is kind of wibble wobbled, and well, it has been for a long time. My stepdad, he knew how to tweak it a little bit, but so I'm thinking about maybe trying my hand at building a new fence for that. Maybe a little taller, so I can actually do some, you know, boards on the side, things like that, or bigger boards or whatever. And so that's my ideal for that. Then my bandsaw had an issue the other day. It caught. Anyway, it got hung up on the board or something, tweaked, and anyway, it came off the wheels on the inside, and so I'm having to deal with that now. Put it back on, and I don't know. I don't see very good anymore. So, or as good as I did 6 months ago. So, but I'll get it back on there, and everything. I do have some spare blades and stuff. I just don't want to open them up right now, as long as that one's still cutting decent. So, ain't been a whole lot going on here at the home front. Really haven't had to cut the grass much because you know, I'm not one to sit there and water. You know, I will water occasionally when I'm just sitting out here, you know, sitting out there enjoying a cool breeze or something. But so I really haven't had to cut the grass that much. And so I've just been kind of hanging out, been in there writing. And so let me kind of go over that a little bit. Writing. I already told you that I've never really read a book. I don't even, never read. So, I know how to read. It's just I don't comprehend it. And if there's one little distraction, it could be the ice maker dumps or anything. I'm done. I'm lost. Forget it. And I don't see a point in reading when you don't remember what you're reading anyway, so it kind of throws that out there. My grammar, as you can tell, is not very good. My spelling is even worse. And my education, I've got a GED. My education is not real good. But for anybody out there who's watching and saying, well, this dude just put a resume out and blah, blah. You know, want a job, now you're saying he can't read, write, or spell. Well, that's true. That's what spell check's for. And I've had jobs where I was on a computer for 12 hours at a time, 15, 20 hours at a time, doing frac work, working in frac band as supervisor. Being a supervisor over 35 frac cans out there, keeping them safe, keeping the job going, making my company $1 million. And then doing my work and talking to the company man and keeping in touch with the engineer down on one side and a pump operator on this side, and so forth and so on. And when I mean on a computer, I'm talking about a laptop with emails, a computer that tells me all my pressures and all my sand and my levels and all that good stuff. Keeping track of all of it, watching my pressures as they fluctuate, making sure my pumps are running like they need to be running, or to keep the pressures where they're at, and then watching downhole pressures, making sure we're not fixing to have a big boom or something. So, or sand off a wellhead and cost my company $1 million. So, yes, I can do all that. Yes, I do multitask. Yes, I can, you know. But that doesn't mean I know how to use grammar properly. So, that was the whole key to this story. But anyway, but writing, you know, I don't even remember what got me even interested in writing. I think it was just something because somebody said I couldn't, or whatever. I was hoping to have a book published by now, but you know, sometimes, you know, your work is never as good as you wished it would be. And so if you go by that, you would never finish. You never finish a book. You never finish anything because, you know, hey, you know, with me writing, it starts off real good and it kind of, I don't know, fluctuates and kind of gets a little boring, and before you know it, it's kind of like going off the other side or whatever. And there's times it stays right on track, but for some reason my mind says, I don't like this. You know, things like that. But no matter how good that book is, it could be a #1 published book that hit every press and made you could make you $50 million in a month, but it will never be that good to you as the writer. I mean, you know, until you've written so many, you know, #1s or whatever, you know, then, you know, like Stephen King, things like that. So don't look at it as that. Look at it as, this is what you want to do. This is what you started. This is what you're going to finish. And that's what kind of the frame that I'm getting into now. And so I've went in, I've done my research on, you know, publishing, self-publishing, editing, self-editing, book covers, ISBN numbers, you know, rights, reserved rights, all that stuff. And it's really depending on what you want to do and everything. Amazon has the deal where you self-publish. You actually keep 70%, and it's an ebook and I think paperback. If you go through a publisher, you're going to get probably 10%. They're going to get the rest, depending on, you know, the publisher and all that good stuff. But Amazon, you know, it goes on all their platforms and things like that. They also furnish you an ISBN number. Those of you who don't know what that is that barcode that they scan in order to tell you what it is, you know, a book or whatever, and all that stuff, and the price and all that stuff. So they actually, you know, give you one of those. If you get online and buy them, you can spend about $120 for like 10 or 15 of them, which they're different numbers. So you'd have one for this series of books, one for this item, one for, you know, that type of deal. Just like grocery store buying green beans or corn. So, doing your rights reserve, it's not really that expensive. In order to get a rights reserve deal, you fill out the application. You send in your piece, whether it be a book or a photo or a song or whatever. Costs you like 35 to 40 bucks, 50 bucks, something like that. And then you have to turn right around. Once you get that, you have to turn right around and that's a copyright deal, I guess. And then you reserve the rights, which costs you about 130 bucks. But that is for basically if you write a book or take a picture or a song or whatever, and somebody uses it or steals it. The only way you're able to take it in court and get your money or get revenue or whatever off of it is it has to be copyright and reserved, okay? But still, it's not that much. If you have a tax ID number, you can get that deducted off of your deals, you know, as deductions. You can also file for losses as long as that book's not, you know, published, or even if it is published and you're not making nothing of it, you got a loss, they're automatic. Get a tax ID number, it's not that hard. All of them things I just told you about, I still need to do. And but I'm waiting until I get a little bit closer to what I'm, you know, to getting one published. Or publishing one myself on Amazon. That's the way I decided to go with my first book. That way I can at least see, hey, you know, what it needs, you know, if I get any hits, if I sell or sell out or not sell nothing or whatever, I at least get some idea as to where it stands. Then later on, another book or two, I can go to a regular publisher if I wanted to. You know, so that is my ideal, and I am working very hard at it. I've got 3 books, it's just about finished. All I got to do is edit them, and the way I'm doing that is I am writing all my books on Google. Anyway, I'll get it for you. I've mentioned it before in my other videos, but it's very easy to use. There's a lot of different add-ons you can do, like grammar check, spell check, all that. And very easy. So as you're typing, it's pretty much correcting you. Either by making the change, or underlining it in a blue or a red or whatever. But the grammar check is very good. It's all free, and you get done with you know, with your book, whatever. You just copy it over to wherever you're going and send it off to the presses, you know, or whatever. So Amazon also does your formatting for your ebooks and stuff, the way I understand that. There is some free sites on the web that where you can get make your own book cover, whether it be a hard copy or a soft or an ebook cover, you know. So that is that. So anyway, what else we gonna do here? I put out a little deal to any of my buddies out there that maybe laid off, that maybe wants to shoot a little video or a little film, just to hit me up, and we'll talk about it. And you know, of course, there's no pay because I ain't making no money, so you know. But you don't have to be an actor. You don't have to be an actress. It'd be a little short, you know, a little short film, basically. And I've got a couple ideas of what I want to do and how I want to do it, and so maybe some oil field buddies or whatever hit me up, and maybe we can get together and do this thing. It'll all be shot on my phone, and just like this is. So it'll be a little harder, you know, to do and maneuver and all that, but that's kind of what I want to do. Get a couple of them on YouTube, and then hopefully maybe be able to eventually make a little money at it, or maybe somebody out there got some equipment that they want to get rid of pretty cheap or whatever. But that's something I just kind of interested. I did post one little short film I did. A lot of people didn't understand it, and I thought it was pretty self-explanatory. But basically, it was about the even though it wasn't on Memorial Day, it was about the fallen soldiers and their families. And so Donna, my wife, played the part of the wife that just lost her husband in the military. And so the end of that should have gave you some idea with the Bible and the flag and her being upset and depressed and all that good stuff. So, well, anyway, I think that's all I have today. I don't even know how long I've been on this thing. So this is Blog 21. Please subscribe. And oh yeah, by the way, went to Hobby Lobby earlier, and one of the cashiers, I don't even know her name, she says, what was it? Oh, there's the stars. You didn't know he was watching you on YouTube, did you? So that felt pretty good. I didn't get to really talk to her much, but so I thought I'd throw it out there. Anyway, subscribe, hit that bell, do comments, all that good stuff. Y'all know what to do. You're told on every video you ever watch. So this is Blog 21. Y'all have a good day. Be safe out there, and get outside and enjoy the weather if you're getting good weather. So see ya.